Yarny.
Hello, welcome to another Yarny tutorial. In this video, you will learn how to make small watermelon slices. It's perfect to use as little keychains or simply decorations. To do a watermelon slice, all you need to know is the magic ring, the single crochet, the half double crochet, the increase technique, and how to change colors. I'll explain each stitch and technique at least once in this video, but we also have very slow and detailed tutorials on each of these, which will be linked down below. So for materials, you will need yarn in 4 different colors. So I'll be using the Posh yarn by Big Twist. It's actually a bulky yarn. So I'll be using the pink color for the meat of the watermelon. Then I have the green for the outer side of the watermelon. Then I'll be using a white yarn, which is basically the little portion between the meat of the watermelon and the green of the outer watermelon. And then just need a black yarn for the seeds. Now I just want to show you that you can definitely use different types of yarn for this pattern. It will just yield in different sizes of the watermelon slice. So these here are created using the Posh yarn, which is the bulky size of a yarn, but these here are basically completed with acrylic yarn, medium number 4 by Red Heart, so they're just a little smaller. I think they're really equally adorable. Aside from the yarn, you'll need a crochet hook, and for the Posh, I'll use a 6mm crochet hook to match my yarn. If you're using a different type of yarn, just match your crochet hook to that specific type of yarn. And then, of course, you will need some scissors to cut the yarn. You might need a little stitch marker. This is for the color change, which could be helpful. And then lastly, just a yarn needle to weave in the end. All right, let's start. So the first step of the watermelon slice, we're going to work on the meat of the watermelon. So we're going to start with a magic ring. So with the magic ring, what you're going to do is take the tail end of your yarn, put it on your fingers. Then with the working yarn, which is the side that's attached to your ball of yarn, you will do a loop on your finger like this, and then do a cross on top, just like this. Take your hook and then insert it under the cross, grabbing the top left portion of the yarn. Pull it forward and then twist your hook up so that it secures the yarn on your hook. Then again, you will grab on to the top left portion of the yarn here and then pull it through the loop on the hook. And then this is your magic ring. Now with the magic ring, we're going to work 6 single crochet inside the magic ring. So you insert your hook in the ring, wrap the yarn around your hook, pull it back through the ring, and then you have 2 loops on your hook. Wrap the yarn around your hook and pull it through both loops. So you have your first single crochet, and we're going to do 5 more to have 6 in total. After we're done with the 6 single crochet, you would just tighten your ring like this. And then you have your first round completed. Now for round 2, we're actually going to do half double crochet increases. The half double crochet has a higher stitch than the single crochet. So that means that in each of the 6 stitches we did in round 1, we're going to insert 2 half double crochet in each of the stitches. So in my next first stitch here, I'll insert 2 half double crochet. So the half double crochet, you wrap the yarn around your hook, you insert your hook under the stitch, and then pull the yarn back through the stitch. You will have 3 loops on your hook. Wrap the yarn around your hook to pull it through all 3 loops. So I have my first half double crochet, and the next stitch I'll insert another half double crochet in the same stitch to achieve my increase. So we're essentially going to do increases all around, and at the end of this round we're going to have 12 stitches in total. Now, if your project is starting to twist up, just make sure the right side is out. So it's the side that you can clearly see your stitches versus this one here, you can only see bumps. Now after round 2, we're going to do half double crochet in round 3 as well, but we're going to alternate between 1 half double crochet in one stitch and then half double crochet increases. So what does that mean is in my next stitch, I'm going to do 1 half double crochet. And then in the second stitch, I'm doing a half double crochet increase. So 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. And then at the end of the round, we're going to have 18 stitches in total, just by doing this alternation between half double crochet and half double crochet increases. So after we're done with round 3, you can go ahead and cut your pink yarn just like I did, because we won't be needing the pink anymore. We're going to move on to the white yarn to do that portion in between the watermelon meat and the outer green of the watermelon. And we're basically going to do a color change as well. So to do the color change, what we're going to do is, instead of inserting your hook under the full stitch as you would usually do like this, you will insert your hook in the middle of the next stitch, coming out under the back loop. So I'll just insert it back into my last stitch here, and then insert it in the middle section, coming out, and then you will simply take your white yarn, you will put it on your hook, and you will pull the yarn through this back loop and the loop on your hook, just like this. Now by doing so, you will have the front loop of the stitch unworked. So I will use a stitch marker to mark that, because we will have to work on this front loop once we come all the way around. And I do have a very slow and detailed tutorial on how to do an invisible color change that I can link down below if this is not clear enough for you. So now you can just make sure that the last stitch is pretty tight here, pulling on the ends. And then in round 4, we're not going to do half double crochet anymore, we're going to do single crochet. And so now for my first stitch of the round 4, it's going to be an increase followed by 2 single crochets. So we're going to alternate between increase and 2 single crochet. This will have us end with 24 stitches in total. So we're going from 18 stitches in round 3 to 24 in round 4. So my first increase for the single crochet, I'll insert my hook under the full stitch, wrap the yarn around my hook, pull it through the stitch. I have 2 loops on my hook, pull the yarn through both loops. And then I'll do another single crochet inside that same stitch to do my first increase. And now I'm going to do 2 normal single crochet in the 2 following stitches, 1 and the 2. And then now at my next stitch, it's back to the increase. After my increase, it's my 2 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and I'll simply alternate that until the end. So I'm doing my 23rd stitch here of the single crochet, and I'm arriving at my last 24th stitch. And remember, I said we're going to work on this front loop we haven't worked in the beginning. So instead of inserting our hook in the next stitch, the V here, what we're going to do is insert our hook under the front loop. So I'll remove my stitch marker, which will be a little easier. So this front loop here, but also I'll insert my hook under the next stitch. So we're basically just grabbing onto the front loop before working the stitch. Now I'm pulling my yarn as usual back through everything and then doing a normal single crochet. So this here will help in doing an invisible color change. Now go ahead, you can also cut this white yarn because we won't be needing it anymore. We're basically switching to the green yarn, which is the outer portion of the melon. Now for this next color change, we're doing the exact same thing. We're inserting our hook in the middle of the stitch, coming out the back loop only. Pull onto your green yarn through both loops on the hook. And then just make sure all of the yarn is pretty tight. And then you're basically ready to start working with your green yarn. And again, we can put our stitch marker in the front loop that we have not worked on because we will come back to it at the end. Now for the last round, which is the 5th round, we're going to increase from 24 stitches in round 4 to 30 stitches in round 5. To achieve that, we're going to do an increase, single crochet increase, so 2 single crochet in the same stitch, and then followed by 3 single crochet in the 3 following stitches, and just do that alternation all the way until the end. So increase, 3 single crochet, increase, 3 single crochet. So my first stitch is the increase. So I'm inserting my first single crochet in the next stitch, and I'll insert another single crochet in the same stitch. So I have my first increase, and I'll go ahead and do 3 normal single crochet in the 3 following stitches. And then I'm back to basically my increase, which is 2 single crochet in the same stitch. And then I'll do 3 single crochet in the 3 following stitches, and keep doing that all the way till the end, till I reach 30 stitches. So I'm just doing my 29th single crochet, and then I'm arriving at my last stitch again, which, like I said, we will grab onto the front loop and the full next stitch to finish our round. So the front loop here, and then the full stitch, and then we're basically doing a single crochet like we will usually do. Now you will not be cutting the green yarn, so do not cut your yarn. We will be joining the 2 sides together. Now before we do that, we're going to use some black yarn, and you will need your yarn needle. So insert your black yarn. So this is how we will do basically the seeds. So the seeds, there's no wrong or right way to do them. You will simply just insert your yarn needle under the watermelon here and just go a little in and out just to plant some random seeds here and there. So I like to do 3 or 4 on each side. So once you feel like you're done, go ahead and cut the yarn. Basically, you can cut all these extra pieces of yarn. And then you can also leave a little bit of yarn. It will basically serve as the stuffing. Now we're going to be ready to join the 2 sides together. And when you join the 2 sides, you want to make sure that the stitches are aligned. And then you insert your hook. And then what you're going to do is simply insert your hook in the next stitch on the side that's closest to you, and then you will insert your hook under the full stitch of the opposite side. And then you will do slip stitch all the way. So you pull the yarn through the full stitch and through the loop on your hook. Like this, you have your first slip stitch. So you keep doing that, joining the two sides together and slip stitching. So once you're done slip stitching the other side, the last stitch here, you can simply insert your hook randomly on one stitch. So you can just do a pull through here, which will secure your last stitch. Just like that. And then you can use your yarn needle to just weave in the end a little bit on the bottom of the watermelon here, and then just cut the extra yarn. And just like that, you have nice little watermelon pieces that you can use as keychains or just decoration. Really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the like button, would really appreciate that, and hit the subscribe button for all of our future content. Thank you for watching. See you soon.